This is a warning. This video contains extremely graphic material, both in video and audio form. If you are squeamish at the sight of blood, if you can't stand to hear someone talking about something similar to surgery, do not watch this video. If you're not an adult, do not watch this video. If you're not a strong adult, don't watch this video. People who get nightmares from the sight of blood or scary, gory movies, do not watch this video. This isn't some kind of joke or scam or attempt to bring people in to watch the video. As you watch it, you'll understand what I'm talking about. It is extremely graphic. Watch at your own discretion and for adults only. It's 11:08 a.m. Tuesday, April 6, 2021. In case you missed the first couple of minutes, the warning at the beginning of this video, I want to warn you again. If you're squeamish at the sight of blood, if you're not an adult, if you get nightmares from seeing or hearing things that are bloody and intensive, do not watch this video. Let someone else watch it and tell you about it. The people it doesn't bother, you might say, I overdid it. Well, no, there's people who really have problems with that. And this is for your information, like everything else I do. And I don't want it to bother you. That's not its intention. I've always been as careful as I can be about what I say, and I've always tried to explain as much as I could about what I was saying, to the point where as soon as I bring up one point, I start describing it so much I actually get off the main viewpoint of the video and have to try to backtrack later. One problem I had with that was what I call oxymoron. It's oxycodone. I was in a hospital recently. Talk about that in a minute. And in between two hospitals, I just quit taking oxycodone again, cold turkey. And I was taking 6 of them a day, 6 10 milligram oxycodones a day for 3 years. That's opium. It's opium based. And opiate. That was taken away from my abilities. My body was slowly dying. I was being made to suffer more than I should have been. But that's gone now that Animal Essence has taken over running everyone's lives on this planet since April 2nd, 2021. I've been trying to get out of this body since late 2015. I was supposed to have a way out October 28th, 2015, and certain events were made to happen, which kept me stuck here. One of the clean source beings that's still left is 2 of them, Lilith and Arae, not Arae. Arae and Lydia are dead now. Just like your original first being, your God, dead. The human essence is just one small form of source. That was your guy called JC, Jesus Christ. He's dead. Good riddance to all of them. All your religions are about to fade away because they're lies. They're full of crap. Before I go any further, I want to tell you that I have a lot of stuff to say that YouTube can't handle. YouTube is totalitarian, communist, whatever terminology you want to use for it, just like most everything else that's going on in the United States right now. So ever since that sham of an election for 2020, people went out to vote, but their vote didn't mean a damn thing. So anyway, I'll be right now. I'm looking at Odyssey and Stratus. Stratus will have their video section up before too long. It might already be up. Don't know. I'm not worried about it right now. The Spiritual Foundation, the store at thespiritualfoundation.com, for those of you that have already gone there to look, is temporarily closed now. Deanna's going to take a couple months off, and then she'll be back. She'll be relaxing, spending time with family, having some friends, having a good time to get away from all this. And me, I'm going to be getting healthier. I'm already so much stronger. I'll explain more about that in a minute, but I want to get this out of the way. When Deanna gets back, she's going to start sending out invoices for the products that you want to buy. We're selling books. We have the book series. I'm writing 3 more books. And then we're also fixing up the house. We're moving to Florida. And I'm doing consultations again. That won't start until Deanna gets back. At least that's what I see right now. If there's a way, I'll open it up earlier. When I quit taking the oxycodone and the pain pills, cold turkey, after about 5 days of stopping, it was pretty much cleared out of my system. My mind, my abilities just jumped back to life. I was in a rehab mental hospital after I was in a regular hospital. I was in a regular hospital 11 days, and then the rehab mental hospital for 12 days. That's because of what happened, and I'm going to show you. First, I want you to take the time to read this message that someone sent me. He sent his email and everything. I'm not showing that, and I'm not mad at him. I love the guy. He's awesome. Okay? He was actually prompted to put out that, remark, that comment, the comments that he made. He was prompted by the other side to do that. There's been human essence running not just the other side over here, running lives over here on Earth, but all the other planets. And all the ones that were here on Earth are dead now. The ones that came in from other planets to try to help out, they break a little loose here, some loose there to come over here. I started killing them, and they just said, poof, go off. Yes, I can destroy energy. Okay, now, don't think of me as Jay, the body. Right now, this physical body has a name, Jay, Jara. What's inside me, the battery inside me, the spirit, who I really am inside, and the exact same with all of you. You are a physical body, but you are the spirit inside that makes the body actually function. Okay? When you see go to a hospital and you see the EKGs and everything, that little magnetic field, there's 5 major fields of energy that must be present to create sentient life. Once they come together, it just happens unless something stops it. And it's not happening anymore. There's 4 new first beings. Anyway, that's in my books. I'm writing the 4th creation book, and that'll be my last one. I won't be around that much longer. But anyway, that little pulse of energy is you. That's proof of you. Spirit, sentient energy, a non-corporeal being. That's inside the body. I've always said, I don't believe too much in the word sacred, but one thing I feel is sacred is the time that you're in a body, even though you're abused while you're in it. All this is changing. I was made at the very beginning, before any of you were created. And every time the original first being, male and female, got together, put their energies together, and released a third of their energy to create, first there was the initial creation where that's where I came from. And then there was the release of souls, 5 different waves. Every time they did that, they had me right there next to them to protect them. They made me in the very beginning incredibly strong. I'm made of fortitude and compassion. And so is my counterpart, Lily. I come from Arae, something that's now dead. I destroyed it. And Lilith is the part that Lily came from. And she's still around. She's compassionate. And so is my other brother, Source. It's a source being, Armalius. That's all in book number 1 of my creation series. You can get it at Amazon.com. That'll change at a later date. There's things going on with ETs. I talk with them all the time. I have friends, Sepoians, humans, myself. I'm a hybrid. So all of us are really, almost all of us, there's like 38 people right now on the planet that are not hybrids, because we have reptilian DNA in us, but I'm not speaking of that. I'm speaking about a lot more ET DNA than that. There's a little bit of reptilian, there's Andromedian in there, and some other stuff I can't pronounce the name, and I don't care, it doesn't matter. Once I'm gone, the ETs will come out and show themselves in force. As I've said, there's a new country that's being created, and it is the oceans of this planet. So things are going to change. Right now, the world's upside down. There was 7 Anunnaki families, the problematic Anunnaki. They were like pirates. The Anunnaki homeworld, full of beautiful, beautiful people, just like anywhere else. Anunnaki ambassador is a friend of mine. The actual ambassador of the home planet, he's a friend of mine. And their home planet was destroyed, and they moved to a new home planet. This new home planet, and that was a long time ago, was destroyed. The new home planet is in the Pleiades area, galaxy, whatever. I don't care too much about certain particulars anymore. This life is, other than what I'm going to do right now, this life is done. And I'm happy to leave it. So just like my last life, I was teaching all of you, or trying to teach all of you, to just stand shoulder to shoulder and understand your heart to heart and feel everyone's energy, feel their feelings. I was Gandhi G. And when I died, I got shot with 4 bullets. I've been saying that since 2009. And just a while back, I don't know, a year ago or something, they finally found my body. And it was inside a bank vault. And guess what they found out? There was 4 bullets shot at me. There's the markings from 4 bullets, not 3. There was the assassin that came up to shoot me point blank, and then there was a guy with a long rifle. And just as the guy in front of me was shooting the second shot, a 100th of a second, whatever, just before that is when the sharpshooter with a long rifle farther away shot me. The guy in front of me, the first time he shot, everyone ran away, and that opened up the area, and then the other guy shot me. Been telling people about that for a long time, and then all of a sudden they're like, whoa, how do you know that? Because it was me. Another thing is, my life is George Washington anyway. Let me show you something about Gandhi here. There's some reference material where you can go to see it for yourself. When we're in a physical body, we need some form of physical proof to develop our own truths. What is our truth? What do we believe in? That information that we can put together into understanding that excuse me, that the hypothalamus gland in the brain holds onto, develops, and puts down into the heart, and then the heart sends it back up to the hypothalamus. It's a constant cycle. Knowledge and data that you use and you develop into an understanding. And then wisdom is your collection of understandings. So things are much simpler than what you think they are. I've been spending years cranking people up, putting some of my own source energy into them. Source energy has all the different fields of essence, and the soul is a fragment of the essence itself. That is to say, nothing negative or any shortcoming of soul. Some of the most beautiful people I've ever met are soul. And the vast majority of everyone is soul. And there's not a damn thing wrong with it. If you think so, then I ask you to revisit your thoughts and try to expand the knowledge that you have so you can create a more accurate understanding. And those of you that are worried about making a mistake is a graduation point where you learn how to understand something better, how to understand something with more depth. And then you change your understanding. It's called development. It's called growth. Someone says, you're wrong. Flip them off. Frack you, dude. Anyway, I'll leave that alone. The field part of me, source field, that's everywhere. It's part of me. It just kind of shut me down for a minute. And don't access the negative is what he's saying. My head keeps growing. These are my new glasses. For those of you that have been around a long time, I have to go get them adjusted. They're not quite big enough, but they're like super extra large glasses, the largest I could find anywhere. And I'm not going to spend $1,000 a pair to get glasses size to fit my head. Anyway, so in this message, what I was speaking of earlier, the message that this guy put together, let me go ahead and show this to you. Now you take the time to read it, you can tell, you can feel in your heart, you can understand just by thought, by understanding the words that he used, that he was having faith in me, or at least trying to, and all of a sudden he thought that I let him down, and he was very angry. I've been going into your brains for years on these DNA, on the ICUCs, intensive crank-up consultations, that eventually came a DNAICUCs. And I'm going to do it again until I die. The source field, which is part of me, I created it. I took part of myself and put it out there after I finished killing the original first being halves, male and female, May 23rd, 2013. The male is the one who was the field. So I had to replace it. Aramelius should have done it, but he just let me do it. And then he started stealing more of my energy that I put out as the field. So now he's dead. And all the energy he stole from me, every single life I've had over 10.846 trillion lives, getting stronger and stronger. He just kept stealing my energy. So I killed him, along with everything else. On the other side, they call me the Destroyer. Well, that's because the original first being, what you call God, even though it's dead now, when it was alive, it never had the ability to kill anything. The only thing it ever has was myself, and then Aramelius, because he kept taking my energy. And he's gone, and all my energy is waiting for when I get out of this body. It doesn't matter. I can still easily kill anything inside the body right now. I've been doing it for years. After I tried to recently get myself home, and when it got to going right at the carotid artery, I cut myself open on both sides of my neck. And as soon as I put my finger inside my neck, inside the hole I made in my neck, and then I'd take the knife and I'd run it down my finger, and then I get right by the carotid, and then when I go to stab it, I got knocked out. I didn't know that all these little human essence folks that ran people's lives, and they were cranked up, made stronger. All of them were cranked up and made stronger by the original first being, male and female. They were fed source energy. So they were human essence, but after source energy is put into you, you become, part of you is source. You have a small amount of all the different forms of energy. You have human, fey, plant, planetary, animal. I mean, that's why these crank-ups, when I crank you up and put part of my energy, number one, you're getting the strongest spirit there is. The strongest energy, not spirit. Spirit's mine, that's me. You get my energy, you do not get my spirit. There's not a piece of me in you, okay? So anyway, that changes what you are. So instead of being a soul, you're a source soul. You're source imbued soul. You're much stronger. You have, there's much more to you. Source, everything that exists everywhere and anywhere is part of source. But depending on the source person, it could be 35%. For me, it's more like 48% of my frequencies have never been found anywhere. They're just part of me. They're frequencies that have never been expressed anywhere, physically or metaphysically, other than being part of me. So when I crank you up, that's what you get. As soon as this body dies, that's done. Now, it's not right that someone who's having a life where they have some money and can afford that be given special attention where they get something, and somebody crack my back, somebody who's deserving that doesn't have the money can't get it. That's not right. Okay, so what do? Well, I'm going to say something in a minute that I might regret, but I need to say it anyway. But first, when you finish this life, right now the first dimension is closed off, and the 4 new first beings, they're in there. They're locked in. They're taken care of. They're relaxed. For almost every one of them. Actually, they are all relaxed. A few anxious to get out, but they're relaxed. And there's plenty of energy in there that I can take and build just what I need to give source energy to everyone. Because when those 4 new first beings are released, they're going to be really strong. And I need all of you to be strong enough to be meeting with them equally. So, and I'll always be there. This is the last time I'll ever be in a body. I serve and protect, and I love everything. I have an innate love for everything. I was made like this. I was made of compassion and fortitude. So, but as soon as anything, I mean, if something's really negative and they don't hurt anyone, I protect them too. On the other side, there's no fighting. Everyone knows it. Because if you fight, then the destroyer comes in. So, some people out there, especially new people, come and say, man, this guy Jay, he's saying some big stuff. Man, he must be nuts. Well, the mental hospital just had me, and after I stabbed myself on both sides of the neck trying to get to the carotid artery a few times each side, then they let me go. So, anyway. back on the, let me get out the copyright here so I have it. I do the best I can with these videos. I'm very tired. The source field part of me has never lied to me. It's me. It's like lying to yourself is so stupid. It's like, what do you hope to achieve? Trying to kid yourself? Make yourself believe you're something you're not? Anyway. He was saying, so, you're just going to live out your natural life and let the world go through hell when there's so many ways to commit suicide. I'm about to show you what I've done to myself trying to get out. This was before I ever saw this. I didn't do it for this. I did it because it's my job. I did it because I care about every one of you. I did it because all of you matter to me more than my own self. I want out of here. Now, after going through the regular hospital to get stitched back up, and then going into the rehab and mental hospital, it's not an institution, it's a hospital. They do diagnosis, so they can hold you for months. But they let go of me after 12 days. But after doing that, if I ever do that again, when I go back, they're going to put me on those psycho drugs. Antidepressants and stuff like that. I've seen what that does to people. I've seen people knocked out, and then my doctor, the doctor I had, was their doctor, and then they changed the amount they gave them, and then they were doing fine. They were normal. And then they talked to the doctor again, and he knocks them out again. The next morning, he wouldn't even get up to eat. I've had that put in me twice. They snuck it into me in a medical hospital I was in. And both times I just yelled at him. I said, I will lawyer up. I have money. And I have some very close friends with a lot of money. So, the first 800 consultations I ever did were free. I'd let you buy me a cup of coffee, but that's it. And then my sister, older sister, she attacked me. She was within 2 hours of having the company that had the loan. My father got a loan out on this house instead of just paying it off. He was a millionaire. So he made her the executor of the will, and she let it go into foreclosure so that she wouldn't have to pay for it after they both died. And even though I had the money, the company, Citicorp, would not. They are scum, like so many others. They would not let me pay off the house. They wanted the house back. I had the money. I said, no, you're not going to take my house. I got a foreclosure notice. You're not taking it. I'll pay it off and deal with my sister. And they said, no, you won't. Unless you have the loan number and other specific information. And of course, my sister wouldn't give me that. She wanted me in the street. She wound up losing, but not like she's about to the moment I'm gone. Anyway, so if I were to try to hurt myself again, I'll be back there put on those psychoactive drugs, and that's a nightmare. I can't do anything to help anyone, especially myself. So I can't delete anything. I can't help anything. And besides, like I was mentioning, the source field, I never finished saying the source field part of me, he would never lie, like lying to myself. I mentioned, what do you get out of that? He said, when I was coming out, he said 7-8. I'm like, what are you talking about? 7 or 8 years? Because the human essence, when they were still in charge, and I didn't know they even existed. I did not know that there was some human essence that had been cranked up by original first being male and female energy that were running lives. Otherwise, I would have gone out of them and killed them before ever attempting to get out of here. It was like 3 days afterwards that all of a sudden I saw them, and that was the field part of me showing me. There's a lot of benefits to having, even at this point at the end of my life, where having the source field being part of me helps. It's attached to me. It's part of me. So anyway, it showed me. I'm like, son of a. So anyway, they're all dead now, and Animal Essence has Source Animal and Animal Essence have taken over running lives as of April 2nd, 2021. And they can't change your lives to make them wonderful and stuff. That's my and Lily's job. Lily's my better half. And so anyway, once I'm free, that'll start happening. After I destroy a ton of stuff. I saw that I was going to kill 40 to 42%. I was going to destroy, better word. It's not as harsh. Same thing. Going to totally destroy 40 to 42% of all the living beings on this planet. And when the piece of Lily I was talking to, when she was leaving to go and rest with the rest of herself that's sleeping, I looked at her and I said, what do you see as far as the amount of people I'm leaving, I'm going to take away in this planet? And because she's out there looking right at it, and she's the one who brings life back in everyone. She's the one who heals. I mean, I can't, but not like her. She's incredible. So Deanna's Lily, from Lily and I. 40% of her energy came from me, but it's like 0.034% of her spirit is actually mine. The rest is from Lily. She relaxes outside. Animals come up out of nowhere. Birds land in her hand. Sticks her hand out, put a little food in there. The bird just comes in, sits on there, eats it, and goes off. Raccoon come out, opossum. Animals, dogs, cats, everything. I saw a slug actually change direction, go up to her, go over her hand. Lizards. That's love. That's love emanating from someone. Now, she's more animal essence than anything else, so she has some issues with animal abuse. And that was made to happen by the original first beings, now dead, now gone, now deleted permanently, destroyed. And yes, you can kill. Yes, you can destroy energy if you have what it takes. And there's only one thing that can do that, and that's me inside Arae. It's J. Essex that's talking to you. One of my legal, and I mean legal names, is J. Essex. That's because what I am inside, and between the J. Essex, what I am inside is Arae. So I gave myself that name because it's descriptive. No other reason. Like most everything else I do, it's simple. There's not a secret game plan or some hidden agenda. It's just as plain and simple as I can be. Before my edema and everything got so bad, I used to just always wear overalls. Well, that's simple clothing. My last life, Gandhi, I made my own outfits, the wraps. So anyway, so this other gentleman said that there's no excuse for you not getting out of the body. You're either coward or just delusional to think you have these kind of powers. I'm not delusional. I know what I am. I know what I can do. This information that I've told you about what's going on the other side, what really exists, and I'm writing a book especially about that too. That's one of the 3 books I'm writing now. I'm writing all 3 of them at the same time. It's easy for me to do because all the stuff I'm writing is what I look at all the time. I live there. The field part of me is everywhere. So I'm looking right at it. So it's just a matter of putting everything down. But we're doing consults and we're finishing fixing up this house. And I'm going to get Deanna to Florida, and I might have to get there in ashes. Once I'm gone, the ETs kick in, and we have homes waiting for us. We have homes, boats, yachts. I told you about this new country being built in the ocean. Well, from the ETs, but our personal family, the Essex, Ramirez, Anaya family, we're founders of this new nation. Second, the paper, everything's written, put together. The second this body dies and I come out so I can protect everything, then boom, ETs pop up. You'll see it. Believe me? Why? What reason do you have to believe me? Those, it's like this gentleman here that wrote this note. Hey, I love him. He's awesome. He cares. He gets it. He's just frustrated, and he was cranked up at the base of his head, right below the spine. He was cranked up at the base by the cranked up source, cranked up human essence, cranked up by the original first ones when they were still here, original first being halves while they were still here, and energy, anger and fear, aggression, put up there and then run up the spine, and then they go into the hypothalamus and they say go access them, and write this thing. And the reason why they did that is they wanted me to turn around and use it in a video. Now I realize I'm doing it, but there's a good reason why I'm doing it. I put out a video a while ago, and the back end of it, the description of the title of the video, it said 0, not hero. Well, the original first being male and female, all they wanted to do is, be the heroes. Dun, dun, dun. You wait till the last moment, you come in to save the day, you're the hero. No, you're the 0. If you see something happening, and you care about something, and you don't take care of it right away, then you suck. Period. Because otherwise you're making something about yourself. And if you really care about others, you don't think about yourself. What about you, all of you out there that are parents? You care about your children. Would you put your children through what this wonderful supposed God put all of you through? Hell no. Hell no. All their servants, the original first angels, almost every one of them are dead. The ones that are still alive, I've cranked up because they quit trying to attack me, and we're all friends. They go through the upper... My left rotator cuff is messed up. They go through the upper crown, middle crown, lower crown, right into the hypothalamus, and then they tell you, you must run right into that wall. You will throw everything out of your way, and you will run into that wall head first as fast as you can. And then they pull their energy out of your head, and then you go, what the hell's the matter with me? That's why I want to make all of you that I can as strong as possible. And what's coming? I'm bringing it. I'm going to destroy this place. I don't mean the planet blows up or nothing. I'm talking about the crap that's on this planet. 40% of the beings on this planet are nasty. The original first being male and female, you're God. You're all-loving, all-everything God. They put them here to make your lives miserable, to grow you, to make you bigger, stronger, so that there'd be more prayer machines. When they took the different spirit mates, put them together, and put them in a new universe, instead of releasing just a billion beings, they release 1 trillion. I'm just throwing numbers out there to give you an idea of a comparison. So that's in the books. When I wrote those books, I was expecting to get out of here in 2016 at the latest. It was supposed to be September 17th and 18th, September 18th and 19th, and like in early morning, right around there. Plane collision with a UFO, supposed to be on Highway 10, getting into California. Anyway, but that's what the original first being halves had set up for me, and of course, they kept attacking me, trying to control me, and they're gone. They're dead now. They're deleted. Anyway, when I go into your brain and you feel me, and it's very soft, it's harder the next day when you start waking up. I don't mean that you start feeling pain. You feel more going on in your head, sometimes a bit of a headache. At the end of this video, I'm going to put some sections of a crank up I did on a man, a woman, and her child. I've done this for women that are pregnant. I've helped children with ADD. I've done all kinds of stuff. And these consultations, I'm going to go until I can't. And the source field, I was taught the field part of me. I said he was showing me 7 or 8. Again, I didn't finish saying it. he was talking about July, August of this year. That's not a sure thing that I'm going to die, that this body dies then. Hell, I'll never die. But it's not a sure thing that I'm going to go then. But he says what it looks like is that my body won't be able to make it any further than that. My heart hurts like hell. My lungs are screwed up. COPD and CLLI, chronic lower lung infections. The bottom part of both lungs are shot. Looks like gray mucus inside. Polyps everywhere. I was born with them. I didn't have to smoke a cigarette. I was born with it. Anyway, whatever time it is, it's not that long from now. So if I can't do it, I won't, but I still can. A lot of me is outside. I come to you through the field when I do it. When other people go to crank you up that are source that I've got, if I haven't gotten into them one way or the other, then they're not going to be able to crank you up, even though they're sourced from Lily and I. I need to make them stronger before they can do it. But there's others that can do it. And there are others that came from me and came from Lily that is strong enough, and all they needed was a touch more. So anyway, okay, I hope I'm not skipping over, too much, not completing some of the things I'm saying or trying to get out there. And then he said, if you are delusional, I'm not saying you don't have profound metaphysical abilities beyond most people. You definitely have something else within you. Yeah, Mara. No one's ever brought you the information I gave you in these books because no one was ever strong enough to bring it. While stuck in a body, I destroyed, deleted. The original first being male and female, your God. The biggest thing, strongest thing that was out there was Aramelius, the thing I originally came out of in the very beginning when it was just forming. The strongest part of what he was when it came together was pulled out, and that's me. But he'd stolen so much of my energy from all my lives. Like I said, that's just waiting on me. Anyway, the fate of the entire world cannot come down to you. I'm sorry, it does. It's not just this world, it's creation. I'm the alpha male, and the alpha female is Lily. If you don't believe me, that's fine. Love you anyway. I don't expect you to. But I need to tell you what's going on. Because when I start destroying the problems on this planet, and then I'm going to go through creation and take care of it there too, I want you to know what's going on. People are going to say, oh my gosh, it's Armageddon. It's God. God's doing this. God's doing that. No, your God's dead. So's the arrogant JC. China has been performing genocide, stealing organs and stuff out of people. They're gone. Not only am I going to rip up China, I'm going to flood it. I'm going to rip it up. And I'm going to create genocide on the Chinese race. If you're from China, if you're Chinese ancestry, and you do not agree with the CCP where they say nothing matters but them, and if you have compassion in your heart, and, well, if you do and you're not suffering where you're really hurt, then you will be left. But all the rest, 98% of China and its people, I'm going to destroy. I'm going to destroy the bodies. I'm taking you all out. A lot of them, so much of China. It's about 84% of the Chinese people are tied in with the CCP, and I'm going to destroy the bodies. And when I destroy the bodies, I'll be ripping out the spirit, and I'm going to delete it. That's enough. You know how you get rid of cancer? You cut it out. Or you destroy it with lasers or chemicals. Me, I can just rip it out. One on myself. Not Jay. When I say me, not Jay. It's what I am inside. If you relax and look at a person's eyes and just flow inside the eyes, that's who they are. That's who you are. Your spirit, sentient energy, locked into a body. You're imprisoned in that body until the body dies. And once I do get out, after about a year or two, the bodies will be easier to get out of. Way less than, I say 2,000, but it's a good bit less than 2,000 years. From now, there won't be any more physical bodies, just a few. So anyway, he said, when he was talking about, if everything depends on you getting out of here, then we're all screwed. And either way, it's time for me to move on, and I have no faith in you anymore. He says, farewell, sir. Well, you know, after watching this, I know my disgruntled buddy, you'll understand. If I do anything again, I'm in serious trouble. They'll put me on those psychoactive drugs, and I can't do diddly squat about it. Now, there's something I hope I printed out. If not, I'll stop the video and go downstairs and get it. Okay. December 21st, 2016. If I'm off a day, you know, I did my best to get it exactly right. December 21st, 2016. I took 5,500 milligrams of phenobarbital. Trying to get back home. Nothing. It knocked me out for about 10 days in a hospital, and I finally came through, and that was hell. I was pushed back, you know, just came back awake. And when I did that, I had to go spend 8 days in a rehab. It's a rehab mental hospital. April 3rd, 2020. I took 3,200 milligrams of oxymoron, which is what I call oxycodone. I was out for about 5-6 days or something, and then I started coming back, and I went to such a hell when that happened. My mind was starting to come back, and I was seeing, sometimes you see a picture where the stairways go up and down. I was seeing that, but people were moving all over the place, and they were doctors and stuff coming to talk to me, nurses. 3,200 milligrams. You hear about people taking 100 and bye-bye, they're gone, dead. Less than that. 3,200. And when that happened, my diabetes kicked in. So I was flatlining on the blood sugar, on lack of it. I was trying to eat my own body. I was out of it. And then February 28th, 2021 is when I tore up my neck. I spent 5 hours trying to hit either of the carotid arteries. I had already opened up wounds, big wounds on both sides. I was putting my fingers in there trying to keep the blood coming out. I turned my head, put my head down there where the drain was, and my feet up on the wall, trying to drain myself of blood. You want to talk about trying to get home? I did. Here. Let me show you a picture. Some pictures. When that didn't work, Deanna was gone the whole time. She wasn't in here. She had a bunch of shopping to do. So when that happened, I said, here's my chance. So this is a picture from the when I couldn't get it done. I cleaned myself off best I could. And then I managed to get from the shower over to my chair that I'm sitting in right now. And then here's a picture of me sitting in the chair. And then as I got fixed up, here's at the hospital, and I came back. It was 23 days, 24 days after I'd done it. Here's the left side of my face, my neck. That's healed up a bit. It's still healing. And then here's the right side of my neck. Okay, now here's the left side right here. Okay? And here's the right side right here. I don't matter. My job matters, and my job is taking care of all of you. And I will do it as soon as the second I can and get out of here. All this problematic crap, all this race, you've never had racism like you have in the world right now. And let me tell you how that all happened. There was 7 Anunnaki clans. The nasty Anunnaki, not from the home, they originally came from the home world, but they left. They were like pirates. They were scum. Very aggressive, very abusive, very controlling. They came here to this planet just over 11 million years ago. Since 10.25 million years ago, they've been running this planet. As of they started getting beat up in 2015, 2016. The Drakh and Nantids and a rebel Anunnaki force from the home world literally start taking them out. The Drakh are incredible. Nantids are strong too, but the Drakh, they're the first race. They're my children, Lily and I. We made them. We made the Drakh bodies with the second life ever had. It was me and Lily had the first 100+ million lives. All this stuff's in the books, the 3 creation books, Amazon.com. But we're going to start selling them. We're going to sell them here. Just sign it and sell them here off the spiritualfoundation.com website. You can't tell in a picture where you see all the blood that was from both sides dripping. You could just see from the one side that when Deanna came home and she saw that, and poor thing didn't know what happened. But anyway, she took pictures. Also at the Spiritual Foundation. While we're closed for a couple of months, when Deanna reopens, she's going to go into the emails and she's going to take first come, first serve as far as spheres, clusters, books, stuff like that, rune cards. So Deanna will be taking orders at the website at the spiritualfoundation.com, but she won't send out the invoices until she comes back. But it will be first come, first serve. That's the only fair way to do it. Consultations will be the same way. Consultations might not take that long before they start happening. That all depends. Deanna and I have been doing the work of 4 or 5 people. And then for the last 3 years now, 2.5, it's been all Deanna. All I've done is crank stuff up. And it's too much. And she deserves a break, and she's going to take it. I've been nagging her for a few years now. So she's strong. She's made of fortitude. Figure that out, right? Lily and I, fortitude and compassion. Lily is love. Just so much love, compassion. Unicorn energy came from Lily for the most part. It's a little piece of me, but it's mostly Lily. Dragon energy originated with me. Arae, not Jay. When I say me, don't think of this beat up, tired, diseased, almost dead body. It's what I am inside. It's what's in the eyes, behind the eyes. My heart hurt so bad. I was so afraid that when I was in the rehab mental hospital, that it was going to knock out and that they were going to have a stent put in and some other stuff done to my heart, which would keep me here longer. I was really worried that was going to be the case. Now that Animal Essence and Source Animals have taken over running people's lives on this planet only, things are better. They can't make your lives wonderful. That's going to be me and Lily and I. But they can round off those sharp edges. Instead of abusing you more, they're going to take away some of the abuse. They're going to help. The second it happened, I contacted a bunch of my friends that are involved with this, and it's like, man, Jay, I'm still sleeping. I don't know what's going on. And Deanna's family, they're very involved in what's happening here. The Ramirez Anaya family, they the mom and dad had the best sleep they've had since they can remember. Deanna had a real good night's sleep. Me, I slept, contently and quietly. And I hurt. I don't mind telling you, I hurt like hell. The lesions, when you cut yourself like that, the lesions and where the cuts are, when they start to heal, they adhere to stuff. My neck, I can hardly move it back and forth. This, I can feel a little bit, but it's pretty much numb because of all the nerves I cut. And some of the blood vessels going up to my vein are cut, and then they're bypassed going in other stuff. My heart's shot. So I will get out of here soon. So I've done all I can to get out of here. And if I try again and miss, I'm going back into a mental rehab, and then they're going to put me on medication that's going to drive me crazy. I'm not going to torture myself like that. Do you know what it's like to cut yourself open and then put your finger in there, run a knife up there, trying to hit the carotid, feeling a pulse, and you miss, and you keep going at it? 5 hours. 5 hours. What's that commercial about Got Milk? Got Fortitude? I do. It may seem like I'm making a big deal out of it. I'm trying to make a point. I don't matter, but you do. And I will be gone soon. I was created to do this. Just not like the original first beings wanted me to. I changed my programming a little bit. Compassion, honor, equality. So anyway, this has gone on long enough. There's other stuff I need to talk about, but that'll be other videos. I didn't mean to make this long, but it's important to me that you know what I am, how much you mean to me, and that I am devoted to taking care of every one of you that's not trying to abuse, control, and hinder anyone else. When you do, you get on my shit list. That's not a good place to be. Not when I'm in a body, I can only do so much. That won't be for too much longer. And if you want to have your spirit, who you are inside, behind those eyes, if you want that change to be made stronger, now, consultation time. The consultations have changed a little bit. I used to do offer 3 of them, no longer. My heart is bad, my lungs are bad. I don't have the stamina I used to have. One time I was driving up to North Carolina, I cranked up 328 people at one time while I was doing 85 to 90 miles an hour at night going up to North Carolina. I used to astral project while I was driving. I'd have like a picture in a picture, like a window here, and I'd be involved in that, seeing, talking to other people, and then I'd be watching driving too. They say you can't do 2 things at the same time. Yes, you can, but at least one of them needs to be metaphysical. By the way, people, you use 85 or more % of your brain. It's just that it's mostly metaphysical. Anyway, in the consultations, I'll tell you more about yourself and what's going, and things that are happening, things that you're doing, things that are coming up. At the end of this video, I have a couple other videos you might watch. If you're thinking about getting a consultation, if you think I'm some kind of fraud or something, a fake, like the 2020 election, a joke, if you really feel that way and you really want to know, if it doesn't matter, screw it. Turn the video off. What the hell are you doing listening to me? That's enough. But if you really want to understand, if you want to know, if you have the balls to actually want to find out and know for a fact, watch the video where I cranked up one person and then 3 people at the same time, 2 different videos put together, and I cut out what I could. Listen to what I tell them. And then they later on tell me about stuff going on. And most of these people I've just met. I just meet them, People talk about cold readings. For Pete's sake, when you are there, when you see and know and access all this stuff, that's the only way I do anything. What the hell is it a study? I don't want to know until I just meet someone and just tell them. So anyway, that's what's going on. That's what I am. That's what's coming. And these people are going to be dropping dead everywhere. And I'm taking the animals. That's going to be happening. Once I'm gone, that's going to happen fast. And the ETs, they're coming. They're bringing what people call replicators. I call them food synthesizers. Plus the crops. There's 2 places in Somalia and Ethiopia. There's 2 huge fields, like 1,000 acres plus in each area, in one area. And the other one is 800 and something acres. The one that's northeast. If you look at the map of the globe, the one that's going up a little bit northeast, that's 864 acres or something, whatever. Depends on what you call the area. It can be off, it can change a few acres. The field is part of me. I was made to serve and protect. Don't tell me what to do, because you're not going to like what happens. I'll let it go a few times, and then I'm going to knock on your door. But you're what matters to me. And Lily's the same way. And if you do want your spirit changed while you're in this body, into like a source soul, or source essence, might I advise that you get a consult as soon as you can, because I'm not going to be here a whole lot longer. My heart hurts deep inside. I've been getting heart pains since 2016. Sharp pains in and out, but now it's different. It's deep inside. It's constant. I'm stronger from quitting taking those damn pain pills, the oxycodone. But I have no stamina. So that, losing weight, getting a little healthier, but there's only so much health left. So if I can help you, let me know. I'm going to help you anyway. Any way I can. When you're out of the body, when you're out of the body and I'm out of the body already, I'm going to take care of all of you. So don't think like this is something you have to do right now. But if you want it now in this life, especially with couples and then their children, when you have children, they come out different. They come out stronger. Okay? And the books, like I said, we're going to be selling the books, the rune book, the rune cards. As soon as the shop's open again, give it a couple of months. You'll see it right at thespiritualfoundation.com. I'm going to do every damn thing I can for all of you while I'm still here. But the end is finally coming. I knew this was my little last hurrah. So, do I care about you? Why else would I do what I did? I don't do shit out of fear because I'm not afraid of nothing. Someone came up with a joke about me. Yea, though I walk through the valley of death, I fear no evil because I'm the biggest son of a bitch in the valley. Now, if that doesn't sound arrogant, maybe it should. But when I go into your head and you feel me in there and it's not painful, I've been doing this since 2009. I'm very good at it, and I'm the strongest thing there'll ever be anywhere. But I've gained a lot of finesse. I've only hurt 2 people in the beginning, and it was 2 women that demanded more, and I gave it to them, and then they hurt like hell, and I had to take it out of them. Not all of it, but to be extra. That was when I first started doing it. And the next day, as things go on, the next few days, you feel a little bit of a headache, and then it goes away. And then your abilities come up. Your body oftentimes changes a little bit. With the DNAICUC, your body will change a little bit. You actually get stronger. When you have more fortitude, you have more core strength. And when the DNA change that I do to you, if you take a $20 DNA test, it's not going to show anything different. You have the same markers in your DNA from where you came from, this and that, yada yada. The strands that you have, if you can afford to pay a few $100s or maybe $1,000, depends on where you go, to get a real complete DNA test, you're going to find you changed as hell. All this stuff is already sitting with scientists in Spain, it's in Belgium, Germany, Sweden. Yeah, I'm real. What about you? Are you real? Damn straight you are. I know you are. I know who all of you are. I was there when you were created. When you came out and you were born, created, I was right there. I protected you then, and as soon as I'm free of this body, I'll never be in another one again, and I will always look after you. I will give you everything you want and all I can to make you happy. You're going to start having lives with your spirit mates. You ever wonder why you don't have that now? Because the original first being male and female, what everyone's still calling God, even though they've been dead since May 23rd, 2013, they didn't care. They didn't care about you. You were callous off their skin. So, folks, love you. Take care. Sorry this is such a long video, but I had a lot to say. I want you to know how much you mean to me. I want you to know how much I care about you. I want you to know what I'm going to do. So when it happens, you understand. I'm cleaning. I'm removing the crap, taking out the garbage. Now I'm building a new creation. I'm building a new life for all of you. On the other side, and when you're in a body, in less than 2,000 years, no more bodies. Yeah, you're going to have energy bodies, not physical bodies. That's what I should have said. Folks, love you. Take care. When I'm out of here and I start destroying everything, it is not the end of the world. It's the beginning of a new one that's made for all of you with compassion. And those of you that don't have compassion, you're not ever going to be back in a body again. You'll have a place to live as yourself in your normal state. Non-corporeal, spirit, sentient energy. I love you all. Wait till you meet Lily. She's the awesome one. I'm just the damn hammer. But I'm a hammer with a heart. Go ahead and feel your energy. Feel your energy shells. See if you can find them.
One right there.
Okay, that's a big one too. That's red, man. Solid red. Red? It's a big red bar like in the flag behind you. The big red bar. Yeah. It's a real strong. Yeah. Yep. It's a real strong red shell. Okay, good. Just remember what it feels like. Okay. Now let's. I'm going to put different energy, stronger energy into you real quick. Here we go. Get his glasses off. Okay, how does it feel now?
My head just exploded. Like so like this way.
Yeah.
Hit me really hard in the cranial.
It was red hard energy, and then it went right into blue.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
what I felt going on
Yeah.
there.
Okay, now here comes the DNA part of it. Here we go. Okay. Okay, how does it feel now?
My head just exploded. Like, going this way.
Yeah.
Hit me really hard in the cranial.
It was red hard energy, and then it went right into blue.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
what I felt going on
Yeah.
there. See where you can feel your energy.
Yeah, I feel my hands more.
Okay, and she's already inside her. She's already in. Yeah, go slow, honey. Go real slow.
I felt it before, but now I can't find it anymore.
That you're there. You're there right now.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and relax.
I feel it.
Yeah, yes, yeah. All right, everybody relax, hands down. All right, now this is, I already took care of Gerard while you ladies were gone. So I'm going to go ahead and put this energy inside you. It's real strong, real hard, okay? You're not, you don't feel it, well, you'll feel it a little bit because you're sensitive. Okay, Allison, if you feel anything at all, just let me know, okay? First, we're going to put, first I'm going to go to both of you right now. I'm going to put new energy inside you, source energy. Here we go. Okay, how do you feel, okay? Do you feel, Allison, Maria, do either of you feel anything at all?
I feel in this part.
Yeah.
I feel in this part.
Yeah, and it'll get hot, sometimes relaxing. Okay, now, this is putting more energy through the core again. Here we go, through your core. Okay, we'll take care of, we're going to take care of Mom first, then we're going to do you. Okay, Allison? We're going to do both of you real quick. Okay, now this is the hypothalamus gland in the brain. Here's the lower crown, middle crown, upper crown, pituitary.
And my neck all the way down.
That's what you treat every time.
Pineal, scanner. Okay, now feel your energy over your head, Maria. Now feel your energy.
Yeah.
Okay, so siente. Así. Eso yo.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
She's very sensitive.
Yeah. Okay. Now relax. Put your hands down. We ain't even close to done yet. Here we go. Here, this is the DNA part of it. Here we go. All right. Now feel it.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's so hot. I feel it.
Wow. Wow. More. Fíjate dónde se le pega y dónde le toca caliente.
I feel it.
That's it. That's it. All done. Now I'm gonna do something about the feeling the pressure too hard in your head. A lot of the energy. You look inside your head. A lot of the energy looks like peacock ore. We call it unicornite. Yeah.
Okay.
She's gonna go get some. Yeah. 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 Tell her it's unicorn energy.
Okay, thank you, Jerry.
Okay, all right, Allison, it's time for your crank up, sweetie. You ready? Here she goes. Drum roll, please. Brrr. You know, I keep telling people our children are the seeds to tomorrow, you know?
Yes.
Very important. They should be, I know.
Explain to her and to my kids, whatever I can when they have questions.
Yeah.
So
And no one knows everything, and that includes me. We keep learning, you know? And people say, you made a mistake, and you say, no, I learned better about something. And you never even got to that point. I know how to deal with everybody when it comes to that stuff. Okay, yeah. All right, now Allison, as you feel something, sweetie, just say what you feel, okay? And if I'm talking, interrupt me. Don't worry about it, okay? Okay. Now, here we go. This is just moving some energy around on you. Okay. Now, here's the hypothalamus gland in the brain.
I feel it right here and here.
Cool, yeah, and that's the core, right straight up and down. Awesome. Here we go now. Here's the hypothalamus gland in the brain. What do you feel?
Like here.
A little pressure? Okay, I'm going to be real careful, okay? And now here's the lower crown. Wow, a lot of silver in that.
Ooh.
A little hot, like down my neck.
Okay. There's a lot of energy in there, sweetie. Now, here's the middle crown. It's like a lens. How do your ears feel?
Hot.
Yeah, because right here I see your ears red. Okay, now here goes the crown. Mom and Dad have this huge crown up in their head. You're going to have one now, too. Here we go.
Oh, my head is hot. Like back here.
Boy, Sharite is really good with you, too. Sharite, that's good. Okay, now, let's release your energy. Wait a minute. Not yet. Let's do something else first. Here's your pituitary.
What's that?
Here's your pineal. What do you feel? In your throat? Okay, here we go now. Here's the pineal.
Really hot here.
Yep. Now here we go. Here's the scanner. Blending the two. Okay. All right, sweetie. Now feel your energy shells. Now feel your aura shells.
I can feel it from here.
Yeah. It's a whole lot bigger. Okay, now here comes the DNA. Here comes the DNA work. Okay, go ahead and relax your hands. Okay, sweetie. Awesome. Here we go.
I feel like pressure here.
Yeah, I believe it or not, I went from my heart, beamed right into your heart, and filled you up with some real strong energy. A few lives ago, you were my daughter. Now feel it one last time.
I can still feel it.
Yeah, but
Oh my god.
yeah. The farther you go away, the hotter your hands are gonna get. But you know what, sweetie, you need arms that are 5 foot long. Actually, it's more like about 8 foot long.
So strong, Allison.
Yeah. You three are gonna have a blast. I swear. That's fantastic. That really is.
Thank you.
My pleasure, young lady. Allison, you take care, sweetie. Oh.
Thank you. Okay.
I have no words yet to say thanks.
Oh, hey, no, it's my pleasure. You've always been so good to me, but I love all three of you, man. You're awesome.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to have to run in a second. I love to talk, but I have no time in between these anymore. It's, you know, it's nonstop. I will get this recording off to you. I love animals. Well, I'm going to take a 2-minute breather before the next one. Hey, love y'all. We'll see you in a little bit.
Thanks, brother.
Bye.